Yeah.
Yep, yep, yep,
Well, it looks like Quest is checking into the hotel.
yeah,
And
yeah. I'm checking into Hotel Morris.
yeah, Hotel Morris.
Yep,
So I'm just gonna check my feeds here,
Hotel
see who we
Morris.
can see.
Yep.
See who we can see. You can see what I can see.
That's it right
There
there.
he goes. Yep,
Yep,
he's on there.
yep.
Yep. Mute that, push play on that. And yeah, boy, you see foundation there, man.
I see it already in there, huh?
Yeah. Sherilyn, hello. Yeah, man. So
It's good. Up the stairs, I know it's what you can just see. Okay, yep.
so as y'all can
Nah,
see, Quest is on location somewhere. It's not
in
the
the
first time.
shy.
It's not the first time you've seen it happen. So right now we're just waiting for him to get settled.
We
And then,
summertime shy. Yep, let me.
then we'll
Yep.
get sorted out on that.
Oh, you good. Right
Mhm.
here. Yeah, it's good. It's good, Tim. Yep, right here.
Cinematography Tim in there.
Oh, Fed with the red. Oh, he
Oh, he
right
got
here.
the red. He got the red. That's
Oh,
what
he
y'all
got the
call him?
red. That's why
He
we
got
call him Fed with the red.
he got the 8K joint.
Oh, the 8K joint.
Really? He do got
8K. Yeah.
Oh my.
That's what you seen him do the stuff for me that he shoot with. That's
But
what
I
he
didn't
shoot
know he
with.
was hitting the 8K though.
Yeah,
That is crazy.
it might be Tim. The red is a 6K or 8K. No, I got the 6K. He got the 6K.
Even still though, a
Yeah.
6K. My goodness.
Mm-hmm.
Got organizations that don't have the 6K. They got the
Yeah.
That's good.
He nice with it too.
Clearly. I seen his work.
Mm-hmm.
All right, y'all. So you see Quest is I guess you know Quest could tell you what he doing. But
Yep.
yeah, we're gonna get started in a second. Go ahead.
Yeah. But no, I'm just saying well, we'll save it for the show. We'll save it when we hit it. We'll tell them what we do. Get into the Wi-Fi? Yeah, actually, you know what?
Yeah, so Quest is gonna switch over to Wi-Fi now. He's stationary, and then we'll get the program going.
Yeah, hold on. Hold on 1 second, bro. Hamage. This I saw this one right here. 773. 745.
1212121.
7769. Yeah, let's get him. Let's get him. Let me see what it do.
Yeah, so yeah, like I was saying, because now you can't even see Quest's image. He's getting into a Wi-Fi, so in a second you'll see him pop up.
We are here.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah, looks like you are clean. Yep. There you go.
Yep.
Yeah. So this is me. I'm me. And that's him. I'm Dave, and that's Quest, the new Questament. But you can already see that. Our names are up on the screen. But in just a little while, we are going to move. Oh gosh, they about to have a love fest, Quest. Nikki and Junior, man.
Oh man, I'm not.
Yeah.
You
Hey
see,
baby,
yeah.
right her.
Ooh,
Oh,
it's a little different right now because I'm not on my computer, so I can't see all the multiple.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
No, but ask him for a device real quick. We got a second.
Oh yeah,
we'll wait for you.
All right.
Ask him if you got a device you can look at.
Tim, where you laugh at?
Crash. Now you can get on the beats.
What a beat?
I don't have no.
That's fine. I use this. I just want to see on the what's the name?
You want to see the feed?
Yeah, I want to see the feed.
Yeah.
All I got to do is be able to get to Facebook. He'll take me up to the beats.
Okay.
That might be
the pro.
I ain't tripping, man.
The pro.
This ain't numbers.
Yeah. And going that straight.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. So Quest running up the steps, trying not to get winded on air.
Oh, this is the beast right here.
Yo.
Yep.
Samson's on. What up?
Yep.
Yeah. So in a second, like I was saying, in a second, for those of you who are joining us for the very first time, Quest is on location. Usually we're both in studio.
Yeah.
But he's on location, so he's getting into one of our friends' computer so he can see the feed. And in a little while, It'll sound like we know what we're talking about, and then we'll be live for the actual program. So just give it a second, and we'll both be live and direct. All right. So just 1 second. This is the Marriage Ain't for Suckers program. I am actually generating energy at this point because my allergies got me beat down. So this is false energy. I really don't feel anywhere near as good as I sound. But we're gonna
make it happen anyhow.
We're gonna get through it, man. And yeah, just give Quest a second so he can see you. We want Quest to be able to see the feed as well. Because we feed off the feed, right, Quest?
No doubt we feed off the feed.
We feed off the feed. So yeah. So what's going on over there, Quest? Talk to us, man.
Oh man, we chilling, man. This weekend, Friday, June 29th, rated R, going down in Chicago, and the R stands for relationships. Yep. Eric Thomas and his lovely bride, Dee Dee Mosley, will be in the building.
Word.
We are speaking on the topic love, relationship. I don't need a speaker because it's going to give me feedback.
You don't need a speaker?
I don't need it. We are speaking on love, relationship, and marriage. Let me tell you something. This dialogue is about to be so rich. So if you're in the Charlotte area, go ahead, go by eventbrite.com, get you some tickets, come on through.
You said Charlotte, Quest. Tell them again.
I'm sorry, Chicago.
Yeah,
Illinois.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm still at home. Well, anytime I'm rocking with my boys, I'm at home. When I'm with David, I'm at home. If I'm at David's house in Jamaica, I might say Charlotte. But Jamaica.
No, you won't. You would remember. If you was here, you would remember.
Yeah, I wouldn't say Charlotte. But yeah, I'm with my boy Tim up in Chicago. And so while I'm up here, I feel like I'm at home. So I say Charlotte. But no, it's happening in Chicago tonight. And so yeah, man, eventbrite.com. Go in the search bar and put it rated R. And come on through, man. Come on through.
Very nice.
Yep.
All right. So once you get queued in, you just let me know, and then we'll go ahead and set up the actual program.
Yep. I'm gonna log in.
That'll be that.
Yep.
Yeah, it takes us a little while when we have to do things differently, but it ain't nothing, man. I remember when we were in Maryland together, we were aiming both of our cameras at each other, doing a live from the same room.
Yep.
That was funny. But yeah. That's where that is.
Yep. Hold on.
Almost there.
Let's go.
Yeah, y'all gonna like it today, man. It's good.
We are in.
We're in there. All right.
We in there.
All right. So I'll say my spiel in one more time and then get going. For those of you who are joining us for the very first time, my name is David. Dave, that's Quest over there. He's on location, not home normally. And in a moment, we're going to go ahead and sound like we know what we're talking about. That will mean that we are live for the tune-in audience, the iHeartRadio audience, and all of those who are ready to go with the aggregators a little bit later. Yep. And we're going to have a good time, man. So that's where that is, man. So when you're ready to have me hit live, you just let me know.
Oh, I'm ready to hit it right now.
All right. Quiet on the set. The Quest, the man bringing you all things. Hey, yo, Quest, it's time to give the people something, man. What are we talking about today?
What up, y'all? It's your boy Quest, man, and welcome to another edition of the Marriage Ain't for Suckers podcast, or as my man D would like to say, program. You feel me? I'm your host with the most, Quest, and alongside my man, my mellow, my man, L. David Harris. Give him a round of applause.
Get on the mic.
NMC.
What up, though?
Yeah, what up? What up? What
Yo,
up?
guess what?
What's up, man?
Class is in session.
No doubt it is. No doubt it is. Yep. Yeah, this is a little bit different. I know I look a little bit different. I'm here motivating between two different screens. I'm not at home in my regular office. I'm actually in Chicago, Illinois.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? With my man Tim. Yep. Chicago, stand up. Shouts out to all my people in Chicago, all my BU people in Chicago. It is going down Friday, June 29th. I'm up here because of the Rated R event, Rated R Chicago. It is my baby, if you will. And D, one of the reasons why we put it together is to do what we love to do and what we're doing on this podcast now, man, talking about love, relationship, and marriage. So I'm up here, man. The event is June 29th, which is Friday. The doors open at 6. And if you want to be in the building, if you're in Chicago and you want to be in the building, go by eventbrite.com, change the city to Chicago, put in the search Rated R, and boom, number 1 on the list, Rated R Chicago. Yeah, man, it's going to be a good one, man. Dr. Eric Thomas, a.k.a. E.T., and his lovely wife, lovely bride, wife of more than quarter of a century.
You imagine?
Mosley. I'm telling you, man, it's a lovely thing. Not an easy thing, but a lovely thing nonetheless. But they will be in the building with me, sitting on the panel, and we're gonna have some heavy dialogue, man. We're gonna have some heavy dialogue. So yep. Come on through. So that's why it looks a little bit different. I'm here at Tim's house in Chicago. And,
man, I feel so sad for you. So sad for you. So sad.
Oh, come on. You know we're gonna get some work in.
Yeah, man.
Yep, no doubt. So yeah, man, how you been doing, B?
Yeah, I've been better. You know, did my regular routine this morning. I was, all right, but now my allergies are kicking me. And so we'll get through it. But other than that, man, we in the gym throwing the weights around, man.
Yep.
Not playing with them, man. 45 this year, man. So gotta keep that body right, keep that mind right, keep that spirit right.
Oh, no doubt.
And all of that keeps the wife right. Oh, yeah. It is a marriage program now, isn't it?
Oh, it is a marriage program. It's a marriage program, no doubt. Yeah. So, yeah, man. As always, you know what? Let me do it right now, D. Why not? Yeah. Why not? You're just going to see me disappear from the screen for a moment, but that's okay. That's okay. I am going to get in here real quick because, I got to shout out our people who are the faithful listeners, you know what I'm saying, who tune into the Marriage Ain't for Suckers podcast week after week after week.
Oh,
and no doubt. Yeah. Oh, yeah, no doubt. I have to. It wouldn't be right if I did it any other way, right?
True indeed. Yeah.
Yeah. So this week, I thought you wanted to go ahead and do your.
Nah, man. Nah, we got it in order. Let's go.
Oh, let's do it then. All right. Yep. So this one goes out to Shelly 0813, right? And she says, phenomenal. There are not enough words to describe just how great this podcast is. I will just leave you with one word, phenomenal. So shouts out to Shelly 0813, who is our listener of the week.
Big shout.
Big shouts out to Shelly. And if you want to become a listener of the week, do me a favor. Head on over to your podcast app inside your iPhone and leave us a review. We're definitely always trying to get those reviews up. So please do that for us. Stop by your podcast app, if you listen via iHeartRadio. And man, go by and leave us a review for Marriage Ain't for Suckers podcast, man. Yep.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
Well, good stuff. As usual, today's program is brought to you by Audible. Get your free audiobook download and 30-day free trial at www.audibletrial.com/marriage. With more than 180,000 titles from which to choose for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player. And today we're offering you the privilege to download for free anyone you want, but this one is the one we're recommending. Sheet Music, Uncovering the Secrets of Sexual Intimacy in Marriage. I said Sheet Music, Uncovering the Secrets of Sexual Intimacy in Marriage. And that one is by Kevin Lehman. Good one, man. I'm telling you, it's good.
Yeah, no doubt. I like the
Sheet Music, man.
I like the name Sheet
What you
Music.
know about that sheet music though, Quest?
I know a whole lot about sheet music. I made a lot of music.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask Simone to call Faith and ask her so she could tell me. I need to get it translated. I can't call it directly. That wouldn't be right.
Yeah, no. Yeah, get it translated.
Get it translated.
Yeah. She knew I was leaving to go out of town today.
Okay, understood.
We'll just leave it right there.
All right. Well, I think we get into our program at this point. Thank you very much for joining us, everyone. And
yes, indeed.
Sometimes I ask too many questions. Let's go.
So what we talk about today, D?
Yo, the end of me is the beginning of we.
Wow.
You saw that graphic?
Wow, the graphic was fire.
It took a second to figure it out, but the end of me is the beginning of we.
Yeah. So I'm gonna tell you this story. I was reading this story in this book called The End of Me, and it is written by Kyle Idleman. Shoot, if y'all don't know about The End of Me, you definitely need. Matter of fact, shouts out to Ayana because she was the one who recommended the book to me some time ago. So shouts out to her. And I promise you, D, I started reading the book, and it goes into detail about how he accidentally killed his child.
Oh my!
I know some people are like, how in heaven's name do you accidentally kill your child? Truth of the matter is, D, that his child was a toddler, walking age, and he didn't even know that the child knew how to open the door and get outside the house. Some way, somehow, the child got out of the house, right? And when he got out of the house, he was backing the car out of the garage. Some way, somehow, the child ended up getting out of the house. He didn't even know the child got out of the house. And he was behind the car, backed the car out of the garage and ran over his child.
Oh my.
Child died. And he had to deal with the depression and everything else of becoming my man was just like totally undone, right? And in the midst of being undone, D, of course, he started getting a little bit stronger in his spiritual relationship with God. And, he decided that one of the things that he would do in terms of therapy was to work through the situation by putting a couple posts on Facebook, right? So in dealing with this whole thing, of course, he was asking God, like, how could you allow this to happen? And the regular stages, you're a psych dude, D, so you know the different stages that you go through when you're dealing with tragedy, right? And so he had put this post on Facebook, and when he put the post on Facebook, he said, at what point did Jesus become real for you? You know what I'm saying? Because he's trying to work through it, and thousands of people started rolling in. Jesus became real for me when I had stage 4 cancer. Jesus became real to me when I had an accident and lost my limb up to my elbow. Jesus became real for me when all manner of crazy stuff, from anything you could possibly think of, any bad thing and everything else in between. And then he said this one post caught him, and this person said, Jesus became real for me when I got to the end of me.
Oh my.
And I'm saying that as it relates to marriage, there are some of us who are going through some difficulties and challenges in your marriage in terms of the relationship, D. And you're continuing to experience these challenges, and you will never get to the place where it's smooth sailing. And I'm not saying that marriage is smooth sailing all the time. It's not. There are difficulties and challenges, but there are also times, as Gary Chapman says it, that there are 4 seasons to marriage. You have your fall season, You
Yeah.
have your winter season, you have your spring season and your summer season. And your summer and your spring season, your spring season is when things are nice, right? When things are lovely. And the summer season of your marriage is when things are phenomenal. But what determines, D, how long you stay in the spring and summer seasons of your marriage depends on how you handle the difficulties during the fall and winter seasons, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
So in other words, you know, for us, I mean, you know, in real life, when you're looking at spring here, I know you have spring and summer all year round, but here in the States, on the state side, spring maybe starts in when? If you live in the South.
If you live in the South and the Northeast, about April.
About April.
You know, the way things start really bursting in nature, you know,
yeah,
the buds and so.
Yeah. And then you know, you go through your spring, and then probably in May is when summer really pops off, right? And then May, I live in the Southeast, so from May up until maybe October, at the ending of October, you have warm weather, and then as soon as somewhere in that October and November, that cold starts coming in.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, you know, regular time. But in marriage, you can really extend your spring and summer seasons just by how you handle what happens in the fall and winter seasons, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm saying that some of us have not yet gotten to the end of yourselves in terms of, you still think the relationship is all about you.
Yeah.
You still think that when you don't get the stuff that you think you should get, it's okay to be passive aggressive, to be to have an attitude, to treat your spouse with disdain, if you will. You know what I'm saying? You still on that. You've been married 3 years, 5 years, 7 years, and you still doing that thing. And you will not get to smooth sailing, D. You will not experience the sweet seasons. You will not extend your spring and summer seasons of your marriage until you get to the end of you, until you get over yourself and realize that you're not as deep as you think you are. You're not as fly as you think you are. You are not God's gift to the world. Right? We said this before, D. I would say that humility is not only your protection. Your humility will also serve you well, if you will, right? Humility is that thing that will cause you to ascend into higher heights as far as your marriage is concerned. And the moment that you come to the end of you is the moment that you will start experiencing the sweet seasons of your marriage. What you say, D?
Yeah, man. So it's one thing to look in the mirror and, you know, to discover, you know, how do I look? You know, you get ready for your day, or for me, I shave every single day.
Yeah.
So, you know, I want to make sure that I didn't miss a spot.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you get dressed, it's nice to know whether you actually buttoned all those buttons on your shirt. You know, take a peek. But it's another thing to look in the joint and start admiring yourself.
Absolutely.
You understand? So it's one thing, like mirrors are for feedback, if you want to say.
Absolutely.
But not for you to be admiring yourself.
Slow down just a little bit, D. You said something real heavy right there. Mirrors are for feedback.
That's it.
What are they not for?
They're not for fixing it. They're not for me admiring myself. Like, look how great because feedback tells you what's true.
Yeah.
Right. But if I use the mirror not as feedback, but as a crutch or an opioid, so I could get high on myself.
Yeah.
Right. I'm looking in the mirror, and now, okay, let me switch it up right here. Okay, so we're talking about mirrors. You've heard that there are body image issues with certain people, many of whom are women, but with anybody, right? Potentially. Yeah. And what happens is sometimes they actually try to show the general public what it's like to have body image issues. And what they do is they take them into this room and then stand them up in front of a mirror that skews the image so that people who don't have those problems can kind of understand what the person with the problems is seeing. And so just imagine now you look in your mirror and in your mind, you're doing just fine. But you look in the mirror and the mirror starts really telling you, yo, it ain't as fine as you think. You got dust on your face. Oh, you missed the spot. You cut half your beard off, Dave. Or the lady got her straps on the outside of her clothes instead of on the inside. And now the mirror's telling the truth. But if I have a false perception of self, I ignore that and just be like, man, ain't I good? I'm good.
Oh, wow.
I'm good.
Oh, wow.
And so what happens is, like, if we're dealing with the end of me and the beginning of we, now my wife, in our case, right? We have wives. Our wives are supposed to come into the picture now. So I'm not admiring myself with my back to my household, my back to my wife, my back to my children, and with my face in the mirror, telling myself I look great. Like we used to go to the club back in the day. We used to go to the club. You notice the lights was down. Everybody looked fly in the club. You flip on the lights, you see all the gum on the floor.
Yep.
You see that person that's across from you that was doing the thing that you thought you liked, but now you see them in real life. It's like, oh my goodness, was I actually doing that with that person? Oh my goodness. And so what happens is when our families come into focus, then we get a real image of how the household really looks. And then we can start making repairs. Then we can start making adjustments. You see what I'm saying? Then we can start kind of getting together into focus and not just have one person like photobombing the situation all the time.
Wow. Yep. And that's big, D, because what happens is if we're using the mirror as a metaphor, a lot of us spend a whole lot more time in our metaphorical mirror, if you will. You know,
it ain't real. Oh.
And I'm just saying, and not paying attention to, because you just said it a while ago, the mirror serves for the purposes of feedback. In other words, when I go and I make these self-assessment, if you will.
Yeah.
Right. I'm only supposed to. Now you can stand in the mirror and look at all the things that are good if you want to. Okay, they good. What about so if I got an outfit on, D, and I look at the outfit from the waist up and everything is I'm talking about dope.
Yeah.
But from the waist down, it looks a hot, nasty mess.
Oh, you mean like me right now? Like y'all never know what's below the mic. Cause listen, man, I'm just in the studio man, I could have anything. Like I be having on scrubs. I be having on crinkled shorts, no socks, you know, but in the frame, because I want y'all to see the best of me, or what at least I think is the best of me at the moment.
But here's the thing though, D, you're not going to deal with nobody or go to see nobody.
Yeah.
When you like that. So let's look at that from that perspective.
Yeah.
So that's cool. You ain't going to be with nobody. You're not going to see nobody, or whatever the case may be. You're not going to a meeting. You're not going out on a to an event, excursion, whatever the case may be. So you good. But there are some of us who are going out into the world, going into, and you're looking at from the waist up and everything is fly, but from the waist down is a hot mess. And you're not trying to make the adjustments necessary, because truth be told, you don't even really see it because you're not looking for it. What you're looking for is what looks good from the waist up. And that's the same thing that you're doing in marriage. You're going into the mirror and you are looking at all the things that are good, all the things that are wonderful, all the things that don't need adjusting. And the truth of the matter is, when we're looking at not only marriage, but life in general, why even talk about the good? It's good. It doesn't need anything. It doesn't require anything.
Yeah.
Look at the difficult things, the things that don't look good, the things that are not so appealing. And for real, I get it. Sometimes it's hard for us to look in the mirror and look at you, like take a long, hard look at yourself and do some real self-assessment. I know it's difficult, but you got to do it. And guess what? You're dealing with your spouse thinking that everything is all right. And you got all of these areas back here that need adjustment. And guess what? If you, like for real, don't think that your spouse can't see it.
Oh my!
Don't think that they can't see it. Just because you refuse to look at it in the mirror, don't mean that your spouse can't see it.
Oh my!
Right? Yeah. And so those are the areas that need attention. Those are the areas that you need to make adjustments in. And here's the funny thing, D. What I realize is that a lot of those adjustments that need to be made, I'm not talking about, put a hair in place. I'm not talking about shave your mustache properly, get the lines right the next time. No, a lot of it has to do with stuff that's character related.
Character. Now we're talking about principle. Now we're talking about core value. We're not talking about just, everybody has life. Like we say here in Jamaica a lot of times, somebody asks you, how are things? And you might say life is life.
Yeah.
Right? We're not talking about that.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about stuff that changes things one way or the other.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Like for instance, all right. So I was looking at this lens cleaner because I was bored. I don't like shopping. Simone was in the store. I was waiting for her. So I'm reading every label in the store.
Mm-hmm.
And there was this little thing that was a lens cleaner.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like to clean, you know, like camera lenses and screen, like what you call a tablet screen, those kind of things, right? But on the bottom, it said, let me talk about perspective here. And I was like, how stupid are people, dog? But okay. So the bottom said, warning, this is not for contact lenses. And I'm thinking, what?
Yeah.
You have to say that? Like, it shows you the pictures of the stuff you're supposed to spray it on. And Simone's like, but because it says lens, people might spray it in their eye or on the lens, on the contact lens.
Common sense ain't so common.
It ain't so common. So what happens is we have all of these tools in our tool chest, in our marriages. Right? We pick it up and we admire it and be like, oh, what's this for? Oh, look at this. And then we start getting enamored by how shiny the joint is. Look at all of these things, pulling them in the frame. And then we start using them against our marriages. We use stuff for what they're not for.
Absolutely.
Right? You got a computer, you use it to separate yourself in marriage. You got a little extra time, you use it to spend on yourself. You get a couple extra bucks, instead of benefiting everybody, you benefit self.
Absolutely.
So you got all these nice shiny tools, but the instruction on the bottom says, warning, this is not for you, it's for us.
Yep. Absolutely.
You're supposed to know that, but I guess common sense is just not so common.
Yep. Yo, big shouts out to Ayana D. This was
I see that
in the feed. You know what I'm saying? Just shared about that self-assessing, right? Asking yourself what it's like to be married to me. What is it like to be married to me? And when you see who you are and what you do and realize you wouldn't want to deal with you, you can make adjustments from the perspective of your spouse. Yeah.
And real talk, like say I'm dope. I think I am, actually. I'm gonna just say that, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's just me.
Yeah.
Like there's no one of us is expendable, Quest.
Absolutely.
In our marriages, if we're the same or if we are independent, not interdependent, but if we're independent, then one of us is expendable. Why are we married?
Yeah.
That's the
absolutely.
That's the whole point. You know, you know what I'm saying?
And I'm saying what you did, that I'm dependent on Faith, like for real. No, I'm dependent on her. You understand what I'm saying? For all of my relational needs, for everything intimate, for everything relational. And then on top of it, not only am I dependent upon her, I serve her as well.
Oh, no doubt.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so yeah, man, you know, what Ayana, shouts out to Ayana, man, the comment she just made a while ago is heavy. Like some of us are not seeing the adjustments that need to be made because like for real, you're still stuck on you.
Yeah. Now, okay, so now if we have the we perspective, there are things that, like you said, you talked about serving and being served, right? So there are things that Faith and Simone contribute to their marriages, our marriages, right? So if I am me focused and Simone is trying to make a contribution, how is it going to be a win for everybody if I'm ignoring?
Wow.
I'm beating it back. I shut it off. I close my heart. I close my eyes. I close my experience to her. Like she interrupted my life by trying to help.
And I think maybe that's part of the problem right there, is because people are in marriage and you still thinking, or you haven't yet gotten to, you say it in word, but you have not embraced it or embodied it in action. Right? Yeah. You say that marriage is the two becoming one, but that's only words that's rolling off the tip of your tongue. Yeah. And I think in some of our minds, we have not yet gotten to, I was having a conversation with a couple I was coaching, and the husband was feeling kind of way because he's being an older brother to some younger dudes. And they were saying to him, you know, you have to ask, you know, can you play X, Y, and Z game with me or us? Or did you ask your wife if you could do?
Oh, yeah.
He felt away because I don't know if they were necessarily making a joke or not, but if they were, okay, cool. Either way, the answer for me is still going to be the same. he was feeling away because he's like, okay, I don't have to ask her for nothing. I'm my own man.
Yeah.
No, you're not.
No.
No, you're not.
But no.
If you by yourself, you're your own man. But the word says that my body is no longer mine. It belongs to her. And her body is no longer hers. It belongs to me. Now, I know some people are going to take that out of context and go left. Can I make decisions on my own? I can.
Yeah,
but
she's not your boss. That's not the point.
But it is a partnership.
Yeah.
Right. And I have to know that I can't just come and go as I please. I can't. Like even coming here, like she was supposed to come with me and she said, no, I can't go because, okay, well, you go and handle because we got the, like for real, it's a discussion that we have to have. Why? Because I can't just pick up and lead a house and I think that's the problem, D, is that some of us have not yet, it has not solidified in your mind yet that what you know in theory needs to be embodied and should be expressed or manifested through the members. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, even on simple stuff, like Simone and I share a calendar.
Yep.
You know, like Simone and I share a tracking device. I live in Jamaica, bro.
Yeah, bro.
And there's certain parts, certain places, certain times when we're separated, we kind of need to kind of know what's going on because some things weird happen on the road.
Yeah.
And it helps to know. Yeah. Simone had a habit of calling me every time she made a move. And I'm like, all right, so why don't we fix this? So you don't call me every minute. I'm exaggerating when I say every minute. That's not really what's happening. But, you know, so you don't need to. If something strange is happening, I'm going to see that right here. Right? The movement's not like usual. Then I'm going to see it right here. If I'm making movements not like usual, she also can see that.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the blessing that we are here for each other, man. That's it. Like that's it. It's a team effort together. Like we used to always say, man, together, everyone achieves more.
Yep.
Not apart.
Yep.
So
absolutely.
That's where that is.
Yep. So, so how much time we got, D?
I'm switching the screen right at this moment while you're asking.
So let me say this before we get out of here, because I know our time is limited, right?
Yeah.
In order to get to because for real, you heard us say it, right? When does marriage become real for you? When do you start experiencing the sweet areas of your marriage? You start experiencing the sweet areas of your marriage when you come to the end of yourself.
Yeah.
Straight up. When you come to the end of yourself, then you can start experiencing we. And we is so much sweeter than me. I promise you it is. The word declares it, D, that woe be unto a man that when he falls doesn't have somebody to pick you up. You got somebody to pick you up.
Real talk. Real talk. Y'all stay focused. Those of you who are live online, y'all hold fast.
There you have it, y'all.
Stay focused.
All right.
Yep.
Yeah, man. Another one for the record books. Thanks for joining us, y'all. And that's right, Ayana. We is a mindset.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Kindred the Family Soul got a song, man, and it's a husband and wife neo soul group, man. And the hook goes, "We is a beautiful thing. You and me is a beautiful thing." Yep. So yeah, we is definitely a beautiful thing. And you're right, Ayana, it is a mindset. Yep.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So I just want to give a couple shout outs. I know you got your list there. I'm going to go backwards and then you pick up wherever you can. Get in where you fit in. So I'm going to go ahead and give a shout to Steven. That's my man. What's that? Rising Hope Radio. And I see your man Tim just came in, even though he's like in another room, probably right next to you.
He downstairs somewhere. He doing something. I don't know what he's doing.
Man.
He's down there though.
Yeah, my man George. I hope you're healing up just right in Africa. Hello, Africa Stewart. What's up, sis?
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, Michael Allen.
Yep.
Ronnie Jacks, BK. What up?
Yep.
Oh, did I get it right? He from Brooklyn, right?
Yep, Ronnie Jacks from BK.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Yep. Frenchie was in the building too. Shouts out to Frenchie.
Yeah.
What's up, Sunshine?
Yeah.
Yep. And your boy Isaiah Alexander Alejandro.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Beast mode. What is it? Beast mode what?
Yep. Beast mode digital.
Digital. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Dwight Hines. What's up?
Shouts out to Dwight, man. Yeah. Shouts out to Ayana, man, for putting the link to the book, man. If y'all really want to increase your reading list, man, go for real. Go check that book out. The End of Me. Yep, Kyle Idleman. That book is dope.
Yeah, Melissa Dallas. Hello, sis. Who else? Sagasta, Coach Frank. What up?
Oh, Coach Frank is in the building. Yep. Shouts out to James Sampson, my boy Sampson.
Yeah, Sampson.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
I'm sure Sampson got a lot to offer in this situation here.
Oh, man. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt. Yep.
Yeah. Kenneth Marwer.
Yep. Yep. Shouts out to him.
So if I missed anybody, count it to my head, not my heart. Portia, Zaire. Robert Johnson. And of course, Owen Brissett Jr. What up?
Yeah, no doubt.
And my man, Leonardo Rowe. That's my man, big brother.
Yes,
DK. She faithful, man.
Yep, no doubt she is.
Whenever she can, she's in there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, we ain't gonna hold you too long today, D, because I know the allergies is giving you a worries.
Yeah, it's a problem today, bro.
Yeah, no doubt. So yeah, man, shouts out to y'all, man. Thank y'all for listening in again and being a part of the podcast. All my Facebook family, you know what I'm saying? My iHeartRadio family, everybody else who was listening via the simulcast.
Yeah,
shouts out to y'all, man. Well, we're gonna go and let my man get his meds and rest up real quick and be on fire next week when we come back again. Next week we'll be in Florida, D. So we'll be doing it from the Sunshine State next week.
Around the world. You're getting close, but you're not close enough, homie. Hopefully,
I'm getting there. I don't know how many, you know what I'm saying, from the tip of Florida. I just want to go, you know what I'm saying, south.
Yeah. Hopefully we see you in Trenchtown soon, man. That's
no doubt. October, let's go.
We'll see. Yeah.
October, let's go.
Word up.
Let's go.
All right,
y'all. What happened to peace? Peace.